My child, today let my words pierce the noise, quiet the world, and awaken your spirit. What I speak now is not casual. It is not optional. It is urgent, sacred, and targeted directly to you. Listen. You've asked me where I am. You've wondered, why is nothing changing? But I tell you, what you've been waiting for is already in motion. It's coming. Not through the hands you expect, not through the paths you planned, but through unseen hands, mine. You cannot afford to drift. You cannot afford to skim this moment. Every second of this message carries a divine current designed to reroute your fear, resurrect your faith, and deliver answers you've prayed for in silence. If you turn away now, you may miss the very word I appointed to break your delay. This is not just another voice in a sea of noise. This is your Creator speaking into your specific circumstance. You think you stumbled here. Though, I summoned you. I pulled you here by the unseen thread of my mercy. So hear me now. Watch this message to the very end. Let nothing interrupt what I'm about to reveal. Because within these words are confirmations you've begged me for, miracles already in flight, and instructions for your next breakthrough. Jade, listen. Engage. I'm about to show you what I've been building behind the veil. What I've spoken over your life is still alive. It's just been moving through unseen hands. And by the time this message ends, you will not just believe it, you will feel it rising within you. My child, listen closely now. Still your thoughts, quiet your fears, and breathe in this truth. I am moving for you, right now, in ways beyond what your eyes can comprehend. Though your natural senses may not perceive it, my divine hand has never been idle. I move in silence, but never in absence. I neither slumber nor sleep. Not once have I turned my face away from you. Even in moments when you felt abandoned, I was surrounding you, shielding you, arranging the details of your life with sovereign intention. You wonder why things feel hidden, uncertain, or delayed. But I tell you this, what is hidden to you is visible to me. What seems uncertain in your path is crystal clear from where I sit, enthroned above time and space. I have already been where you are going. I see the end from the beginning, and I have declared it good. You are not stumbling through chaos. You are being led by design. So trust me. Trust not what you feel. Trust not what you see. Trust me, the one who walks before you, beside you, behind you. I am your compass in confusion, your anchor in instability, your map in the wilderness. You have not been forgotten. You are not walking blind. You are walking by faith, yes, but your steps are ordered. You may not always feel the pressure of my hand on your back, but I am the unseen force guiding you through doors, steering you away from traps, and pressing you forward when fear tells you to stop. I whisper into your heart when the noise of the world grows loud. I align conversations, interrupt timelines, and shift circumstances, quietly, surgically, sovereignly. You may not notice it now, but in time, you will look back and see the fingerprints of heaven all over your journey. Nothing was random. Nothing was wasted. Every delay had a purpose. Every detour held a hidden blessing. Every closed door was me, redirecting you for your good. So open your heart, my child. Let go of the need to figure everything out. Release your grip on understanding and grab hold of me. Lift your eyes higher. Look beyond the surface. Lean not on your own insight. I am guiding you with precision. I'm aligning your steps with destiny. Even your hesitations are being used as part of the plan. What feels like waiting is often just me clearing the path, removing debris that would have hurt you if I'd allowed you to rush. And now, come deeper. Trust my hand even when you cannot trace it. Rest in the assurance that I am already in tomorrow, already speaking to hearts you have not met, already preparing answers to prayers you haven't yet prayed. I'm always ahead of you, always beside you, always working, even now. So take the next step, not with fear, but with faith. Follow the leading you feel in your spirit. Obey the whisper, even if the path feels unfamiliar. I will not mislead you. I will not forsake you. I go before you, into boardrooms, hospital rooms, silent bedrooms, empty bank accounts, and open highways. I clear the fog. I light the way. I fight battles before you ever know they existed. Lift your head, my beloved. You are not lost. You are not wandering. You are not behind. You are right where I need you to be. Trust my timing. Trust my ways. Trust the invisible hand that has always held you. I am here. I am with you. I am leading you through unseen hands, and nothing can stop what I have ordained for you. My child, I know what you're thinking. I hear the question in your heart, even before you dare to speak it aloud. Why is it taking so long? You've watched the clock. You've counted the days. You wondered if I'd forgotten your cries. But hear me now. What you call delay, I call divine design. What feels like stagnation is often sacred alignment. I am not ignoring you. I am preparing something greater than what your expectations can hold. You measure time in minutes and months, but I move according to eternal rhythm. I am never in haste. I do not rush what I love. And I love you. Deeply. Profoundly. Eternally. So I take my time not because I'm careless, but because I'm intentional. Every second I withhold is a second I invest in the strength of what I will release. You are not being denied. You are being refined. You must understand this. Delay does not mean denial. It means development. It means I am deepening your roots so the fruit I bring forth will not rot under pressure. I am stretching your faith, not to break you, but to build you. The longer the weight, the wider the foundation I am laying beneath your feet. Do not despise the waiting. Embrace it. For in the stillness, I am moving. In the silence, I am arranging. In the pause, I am pouring. Be still. Yes, be still, and you will know that I am God. Let your soul settle into this truth. My timing is perfect. I see what you cannot see. I know what you do not yet know. I am aligning hearts, shifting timelines, orchestrating connections, and healing unseen wounds. If I gave you what you asked for too soon, it would collapse under the weight of your expectation. But I am building something that lasts, something eternal, something sacred. So wait with faith. Wait with William. Wait with expectation. Every day you choose to trust me in the delay, you draw closer to the destiny I've prepared. Your waiting is not wasted, it's ripening. You are in the womb of preparation. And soon, what I planted in private will break forth in power. Let patience have its perfect work in you. Let the soil of stillness grow something miraculous. For when it's time, nothing can stop what I will bring forth. I withhold only to increase what I shall release. The floodgates will open, not a trickle, but a torrent. Not a whisper, but a roar. Do not grow weary. Lift your eyes again. Speak my promises aloud. Remind your spirit who I am. I am the Lord who keeps his word. I am the author of time, the composer of seasons. And I have not forgotten you. What you thought was delay is actually divine precision. I am not behind schedule. I am preparing the perfect unveiling. Hold fast. Endure. For I promise you this, you will see what you've been waiting for. And when you do, it will be more beautiful, more powerful, more glorious than anything you could have imagined. The delay has purpose, and the purpose is my glory revealed in you. You have wondered, my child, if my silence means my absence. You have walked through rooms that echoed with emptiness, sat with prayers unanswered, and asked, God, are you still here? Hear me now. I am not silent because I have withdrawn. I am silent because I am working. I do not always announce myself with thunder. I do not always part seas with sound. Sometimes I move like the morning dew, gentle, unseen, and yet life-giving. I send manna without noise. I pour oil without spectacle. I provide in ways that often escape your notice until the miracle is fully formed. So stop straining your ears for the dramatic and tune your spirit to my whisper. Look around you. Look again. The provision has already begun. The cupboard may look bare. The account may seem dry. But I do not need natural resources to fulfill supernatural promises. I am the God who sends ravens to feed the hungry. I bring water from rocks. I multiply oil in jars. I do not need permission from the economy, from systems, or from man. I am your source. Always. Do not mistake stillness for inactivity. Just because you hear nothing does not mean I do nothing. I am arranging. I am aligning. I am releasing. Often, the answer comes when the heart is most surrendered. Often, the breakthrough arrives when hope clings by a thread. I know exactly what you need and when you need it. And I never, ever arrive late. Trust me when the silence lingers. Trust me when the miracle is not wrapped in fireworks but in faith. You will see rivers appear in deserts. You will witness fruit grow in famine. I am planting provision in places you've not even thought to look. Lift your hands, even when they feel empty. Give thanks, even when there's no sign. Because your gratitude in silence is a declaration of unshakable trust. And trust draws my provision like a magnet draws iron. I respond to faith. Always. So do not fear the quiet. Let it teach you to listen differently. Let it awaken your spiritual senses. For I am speaking in the stillness. I am acting in the invisible. I am surrounding you with answers that will reveal themselves in due time. The bread you need is on the way. The oil you lack is being prepared. The open door is already creaking. You are not forsaken. You are not alone. You are not empty. You are watched. You are covered. You are surrounded. Rest in this truth. My unseen hand arranges the seen outcome. And what you do not hear today, you will hold tomorrow. Keep walking. Keep trusting. I provide in silence, but the result will shout of my glory. My beloved, look to me now. When the world panics over scarcity, you must remember this eternal truth. Heaven never runs out. My storehouse is never empty. My supply chain does not break under pressure. I am Jehovah Jireh, your provider, your sustainer, your endless source. The world may shake. The systems may fall. The economies may tremble, but I remain unshaken. My provision is not tied to earthly sources. It flows from my eternal abundance. You have seen streams dry up. You've watched jobs vanish, relationships shift, and opportunities disappear. But I am not limited by what leaves. I am the God of what stays. I am the one who brings provision through unexpected vessels. I fed a prophet with ravens. I sustained a widow through a final handful of flour. I multiplied loaves and fish for multitudes. Do not box me in. I do not run out. I do not ration. I do not delay to punish. I provide because I love. You wonder how it will come. I tell you, expect me through the unlikely. I use people you wouldn't choose, timing you wouldn't plan, methods you wouldn't guess. But I always deliver. I always fulfill. I always make a way. The source may change, but I remain constant. Let go of the idea that help must look a certain way. You are not at the mercy of systems or supervisors. You are under the covenant of heaven, and heaven's supply is abundant, consistent, unshakable. The currency of my kingdom is faith and obedience. Sow them freely. Speak boldly, respectfully. Every need you have, I already know it. Every bill, every fear, every prayer whispered in the dark, I hold it in my hands. My supply is tailored to your need, and it is on the way. No storm can halt my delivery of destiny. No demon can block what I have ordained. My angels are on assignment, carrying what is necessary from heaven to earth. All of heaven's logistics are in motion, and you, my child, will not be left empty-handed. So rise in confidence. Declare provision over your life. Speak faith into your future. Stand tall, for you are not begging. You are positioned to receive. I am your God. I am your provider, and I have never failed you. I will not start now. You are connected to an eternal flow. You are rooted in a kingdom that cannot be shaken. Expect the arrival. Rejoice before you see it. For the supply is not coming, it's already on its way. You look for the thunder, but I arrive in the hush. You wait for fire to fall from heaven, yet I often move in the whisper of wind across your soul. My child, you must understand, my power is not always accompanied by spectacle. I do not require explosions to announce my entrance. I work in the deep places, in still shadows, beneath the surface of the ordinary. My miracles are not always loud, but they are no less divine. You want signs that shake mountains, but I often move through the smallest hinge of obedience. You think power must be felt like lightning, yet I heal in the gentlest brush of peace over your chest at midnight. Stop demanding that I perform according to your expectation. Look deeper. I was in the silence that comforted you when the world around you felt quiet. I was in the moment you nearly gave up, but somehow chose to breathe one more breath. I was in that conversation, in that delay, in that unexpected shift you did to understand. My fingerprints were on it all. I do not need a stage to move. I do not need permission from men to intervene. My glory arrives in rooms with closed doors. My hand heals while you sleep. My spirit restores you when no one is watching. You expect transformation to shout, but often it sings. And when I sing over you, everything shifts. I step my movement in unsteadied moments. Expect the divine in what feels mundane. A miracle doesn't always look like a miracle when it arrives. It often comes dressed in ordinary garments. I placed destiny in a manger. I raised the dead with a whisper. I calmed the sea with a sentence. Power is not volume, it is essence. And I am the essence of transformation. Stop waiting for drama to confirm my presence. You carry my spirit, and my spirit is not confined to dramatic displays. You have walked past miracles because they were too quiet for your senses. But not your spirit. It knows. It has felt my presence in the in-between places. It has sensed my movement when nothing around you seemed to change. Listen again. Watch again. Pay attention to the subtle stirrings. When you feel the sudden peace that has no explanation, that is me. When you experience clarity that interrupts your confusion, that is me. When a door opens you didn't knock on, that is me. When a wound closes with no remedy, that is me. When you laugh again after sorrow, that is me. Lift your eyes now and shift your perspective. I am performing miracles you've yet to recognize. My power is not in the noise, it's in the outcome. A subtle touch of my hand transforms everything it touches. So let me touch you now. Let me move in the quiet places of your heart. Let me rewrite the story while the world is asleep. Your miracle is unfolding, not in lightning bolts, but in the bloom of new strength, in the breaking of a chain you didn't know was still wrapped around you, in the soft arrival of joy after grief. Watch me work. I will surprise you. And when you see it, you will know it was me all along. My child, don't turn away now. What I'm revealing is not just comfort. It's instruction for your destiny. If you stop here, you may miss the whisper that was meant to break your chains. It grieves me when my children walk away halfway, leaving the table while my feast is still being served. Stay with me. There's more I must place into your spirit. Don't let distraction steal what I prepared in secret for you. You walk through life believing you're unseen, unguarded, forgotten, but you are anything but alone. Even now, as you breathe, angels walk beside you. My heavenly messengers move on assignment, strategically placed, divinely dispatched, fiercely loyal to my word and to you. You do not see them with your eyes, but your spirit knows. My child, understand this. You are covered in realms far beyond your comprehension. Every prayer you whisper, yes, even the broken ones, summons activity in the heavens. Angels gather your words like incense. They carry your requests into my courts. They go to war when you feel weakest. They fight for your children. Stand at your door, stand behind your car, sit beside your bed, and go where you cannot go. You have never been without protection. Not one day, not 1 hour. When fear tried to suffocate you, I sent angels with breath. When darkness wrapped around your home, I sent angels with light. When danger moved toward your doorstep, I placed sentinels at your gate. My army does not sleep. They watch with eyes of fire. They fight with swords of flame. They guard what is mine, and you, beloved, are mine. Do not be deceived by your emotions. Do not let weariness trick you into believing I've left you vulnerable. I've assigned reinforcements you don't see. I've surrounded you with help you didn't know you needed. You are walking in divine escort. The enemy sees it. Hell trembles when you rise. Because your rising is not weak, it is enforced. It is backed by heaven. So keep praying. Keep declaring. Keep moving. Every step you take in faith activates another layer of angelic movement. Every declaration from your lips is echoed by the host I command. Every time you say, I trust you, more angels take their positions. You are never outnumbered. You are never exposed. You are never forgotten in the field. My host encamps around you. They report back to me on your behalf. They move with speed, with precision, and with passion. And they are never late. So praise me, even when you don't feel safe. Worship me, even when fear tries to knock. Sing songs of deliverance in the dark. Because your victory is not just near, it is guarded. Your life is a battlefield of triumph. And heaven has not left you uncovered. Lift your chin. Straighten your spine. Your army is active. Your protection is divine. And every force of darkness that tries to rise against you must contend not only with you, but with me. the commander of heaven's armies. My word is alive, it does not sit, it does not sleep, and it does not stall. It moves. It travels like wind, like flame, like a holy river breaking through stone. When I speak, my voice travels dimensions. It echoes through eternity, shifting atmospheres, realigning destinies, piercing the very marrow of what exists and commanding it to bow. My word, once released, cannot return to me void. It must perform what I have spoken. You may not see it yet, but my word is in motion over your life. You asked, and I answered. You declared, and I responded. What I have said is still working, across timelines, across nations, through people you have never met. Like the wind, you do not see its source, but you feel its power. You witness its effect. You will see the manifestation of what I have decreed. Do not underestimate the force of my whisper. One word from me causes mountains to melt, oceans to part, and the dead to rise. And I have spoken over you, child. I have released declarations over your house, your future, your purpose, and your legacy. My words have entered the soil of your life, and they will bring forth fruit. Expect rain. Expect bloom. Expect performance. Receive my whisper, even in the whirlwind. You ask for peace, and I give you a word. You want escape, but I give you instruction. Follow what I say. Speak what I speak. Mirror my voice, and watch creation bend to it. There is no delay in heaven's system, only divine orchestration. My word is already accomplishing what I send it to do. When you speak my truth aloud, you partner with the supernatural. When you declare what I have said over your situation, angels are dispatched, obstacles are uprooted, and strongholds are shattered. You are not powerless. You are a carrier of my breath. Use it. Prophecy to the dry bones. Command the doors to open. Speak to your future and call it forth. You must stop saying what you see and start declaring what I've said. Call forth what is not yet visible. Trust that what I've spoken is truer than what surrounds you. My word is the highest authority. And when you align your voice with mine, you unleash heaven on earth. Your mouth is not just for survival, it is for sovereignty. Speak, a child. Declare healing. Announce breakthrough. Invite provision. Rebuke fear. Break generational chains. Bless your family. Release joy. Don't wait for proof. Create it with your words. Because when you speak my word, the wind carries it to the exact place it needs to land. And when it lands, it transforms everything it touches. You see a door shut and assume rejection. You hear no response and call it absence. You feel nothing and decide I have stopped moving. But listen carefully, child. Closed doors are not signs of abandonment. They are signs of craftsmanship. I work behind the scenes, behind the veils, behind the walls you cannot pass through. I am not bound by your visibility. I operate in the hidden so that when I unveil the outcome, no one can question that it was I who did it. When you are waiting in the hallway, unsure whether to sit or to knock again, I am inside, rearranging the furniture of your future, setting the table for a blessing you did not ask for, preparing rooms you do not yet have keys to. I am the divine architect. I measure not in inches but in eternities. Every delay is deliberate. Every pause is pregnant with purpose. You must learn to trust me when the hallway echoes. The silence is not your enemy. It is your sanctuary. While the door remains closed, I am writing new instructions. While nothing seems to shift, I am shifting everything. I am orchestrating introductions, changing conversations, positioning answers where you least expect them. What seems like an activity is actually divine intensity. I am not idle. I am intentional. Let go of the desire to force doors open. Let go of the bitterness that rises when others walk through doors you stood before for years. Do not compare your process. I do not replicate destinies. I write them with personalized care. What I open for you will not fit anyone else's hand. What is yours cannot be missed, and what is missed was never meant for you. I am the God who shuts and no man opens, and opens what no man can shut. Trust me in the silence of the hallway. Let me fortify you while you wait. Lean against my promises when the walls feel too close. Praise me before the hinge turns. Worship me while you wait, and watch how the hallway becomes holy ground. Lift your faith. Sharpen your hearing. I speak most clearly in stillness. While others chase noise, I invite you into the chamber of quiet trust. This place, where doors are locked and eyes are blind, is where I do my best work. I shape kings in caves, prophets in deserts, deliverers in prisons. You are in good company. This is the place where destiny is sealed in fire. Do not rush the door. I know when to turn the handle. And when I do, it will swing wide. Not a crack, not a hesitation, wide. What you thought was sealed will suddenly burst open. And it won't be just a door. It will be a pathway. Walk through it knowing it was I who opened it. And no one will get the credit. No one will be able to deny it. My glory will fill the room because it was me all along. You feel hidden, unnoticed, passed over. But my favor is not tied to public visibility. It is not dependent on applause, nor does it wait for the approval of man. My favor finds you in obscurity. It reaches for you in places human eyes cannot see. My child, I have not forgotten where you are. I know the back roads you've walked. I know the quiet sacrifices you've made. I have seen every unseen act of obedience, and I have marked them for reward. You must release the lie that tells you favor is only found in crowds, platforms, or stages. My favor doesn't need an audience. My anointing is not limited to spotlights. When I lift a person, no force on earth can resist it. I promote based not on performance, but on posture. And your heart posture, yes, your humility in the hidden place, is drawing my eye. You have been faithful in silence. You have remained obedient when no one was watching. You have done the right thing without applause. And because of this, I am exalting you, not loudly, not flamboyantly, but divinely. I place your name on the lips of decision makers who have never met you. I plant thoughts of you in the hearts of those who hold keys. My favor is surgical, precise, and sovereign. What is invisible now will soon become undeniable. I have hidden you not to punish but to protect. Like a seed buried in rich soil, I covered you so you could be formed. And now, it is time to rise. But you will not rise by striving, you will rise by favor. The type of favor that causes doors to open without knocking, the kind that creates opportunity without competition. Do not chase attention. Do not beg for recognition. You are seen by me, and that is more than enough. I am placing your name in rooms where your feet have yet to step. I am preparing opportunities that do not require your hustle, only your surrender. Stay in alignment. Keep your heart pure. Let me be your defender, your announcer, your advocate. Remember this: when I favor someone, it unsettles systems. It confounds logic. It breaks protocol. You will rise not because you forced it, but because I breathe on it. Your elevation is already in motion. Trust the invisible hand that writes your name where it matters most. Rejoice now, for what I do in private, I will reveal in public. Your labor has not been in vain. Your tears have not been ignored. My favor is upon you, and nothing, absolutely nothing, can stop what I have ordained. You ask me for breakthroughs, for miracles, for divine reversals, and I delight in giving them. But child, understand this, the key is not always in the asking. It is in the obeying. What you long for is often unlocked not through striving, but through surrender. Answers are hidden in obedience, not because I withhold them cruelly, but because I deliver them safely. You cry out, God, why haven't you moved? And I whisper, have you done the last thing I asked? Obedience is not control. It is protection. It is the alignment of your will with mine so that what I release won't crush you, but carry you. Every time you obey, you build the bridge between where you are and what I've promised. Every act of faith is a seed planted in unseen soil, and it always grows. I have asked you to forgive, to release, to step, to wait, to speak, to be still. Not to punish, but to position you. You cannot always see what hangs in the balance of your yes, but I can. When you obey me in the dark, you activate what is hidden in the light. The natural yields to the spiritual. The visible responds to the invisible. And when you obey, it is not just for you. It affects generations. You want signs, I offer direction. You want proof, I offer peace. Follow where I lead. Step when I prompt. Wait when I say hold. Move when I say go. Do not delay your own miracle by hesitating in my instruction. My word is not suggestion. It is strategy. It is life. And when you walk in it, you collide with the supernatural. You must know this. Every yes you give me opens something. It opens a window of provision, a path of clarity, a wave of favor, a moment of divine intersection. Do not underestimate the power of small obedience. I see what others do not. I know what each step unlocks. You wonder how long until the answer arrives. But I say, start with the step I already gave you. Your obedience today is birthing miracles for tomorrow. I reward those who obey me when it doesn't make sense, when it's inconvenient, when it costs, because that kind of obedience proves trust, and trust is the currency of the unseen kingdom. So rise now. Shake off the doubt. Take the next step, even if it feels uncertain. I am in the details. I am in the movement. I am in your obedience. And as you walk in it, what was hidden will be revealed. What was locked will open. What was impossible will shift. You hold the key. It is not in your might. It is in your obedience. And I will honor every step. Watch how heaven responds when earth obeys. You've obeyed me by listening. You've stayed beneath the weight of my voice when it would have been easier to scroll past. Now, my child, you've asked me, how can I carry your word to others? This is it. Every super thanks you offer, every membership you join, every seed you plant, even through the PayPal link below, becomes a river flowing into another dry soul, a hidden door unlocking for someone still searching. I said, give, and it shall be given to you, and I never send my word without fulfillment. What you sow today isn't funding content, it's fueling deliverance. I will bless your gift with fire and surround your household with favor that shields like angel wings. Don't just listen. Act. Partner with me and become the unseen hand I use to reach another life. Listen to me. If you stop now, you will interrupt the healing I have already begun in your inner being. My words are not echoes. They are surgery for your soul. To step away now is to walk away from the very answers your heart has cried for in the dark. I am still speaking. I am still pouring. And I need you to stay, because the next breath carries something I designed only for you. You look around and wonder why you are still standing. You question how you made it through the year, the loss, the collapse that nearly consumed your strength. But I tell you now, it was not luck, not coincidence, not simply resilience. It was war. And I fought for you. There were battles you never saw, and you were protected by victories you didn't even know to ask for. You faced threats that never touched you because I intercepted them before they could arrive. You were preserved from attacks you weren't aware of, because I surrounded you with fire, because I sent my angels ahead of you, because I stepped in when the enemy thought he could destroy you. I shielded your mind when fear crept through the cracks. I blocked the arrow when bitterness took aim at your heart. I held you together when every force tried to pull you apart. Not every miracle makes noise. Some are cloaked in silence, but they carry the weight of heaven's warfare. You seek peace, but peace is often born from hidden conflict. While you were resting, I was routing legions. While you slept, I stood watch. Every demonic assignment against your household was intercepted. Every whispered curse was reversed before it reached your ears. You wonder why the accident didn't happen, why the door didn't close, why the attack didn't succeed. And it is because I fought when you couldn't. I stood between you and what was meant to break you. I blocked the storm before it formed. I silenced the voice that tried to crush your spirit. You have cried, God, I didn't even feel you in that moment. And I respond, that's because I was too busy fighting for you. My child, my love for you is not passive. It is active. It is militant. It is relentless. I protect what is mine, and you are mine entirely. Understand this. Your survival is not an accident. Your continued breath is proof of my divine hand. If you only knew the volume of chaos I have kept at bay, you would fall on your knees in awe, not in sorrow. Praise is the only appropriate response for battles unseen. Worship me not just for what I've done that you can name, but for the wars I won that you never had to face. You are still here because I refused to let darkness devour you. You are still whole because I declared your wholeness before the war began. I chose you for victory, not just endurance. I made a covenant with your life that even hell cannot override. And that covenant is still in force, still active, still speaking. So lift your head. Let gratitude rise. Let worship erupt. Your enemies were many, but I stood as one and conquered them all. The unseen shield remains. And as long as you walk with me, you will walk under the shadow of invincibility, not because of your strength, but because of mine. You have mistaken the dark for death. You have believed the silence meant surrender. You have felt as though you were buried beneath disappointment, beneath unanswered prayers, beneath the weight of what hasn't yet come to pass. But child, hear me. I did not bury you. I planted you. And what hath been planted must rise. You have cried in isolation, believing you were forgotten. But I was nurturing you in secret. The soil that surrounds you is not your prison. It is your preparation. The darkness is not punishment. It is protection. Roots do not grow in the spotlight. They grow in the deep, in the unseen. And that is where I have been with you, cultivating strength, stretching faith, refining character. Do not despise the hidden place. It is where you become unshakable. What sprouts too quickly breaks too easily. But I am not raising something shallow in you. I am building something that will last through storms, through pressure, through years. You may not see the growth yet, but I do. I see how far you've come. I see the roots of resilience anchoring you to me. I see the strength you didn't have before. And I see the fruit forming even now beneath the surface. You have said, I feel invisible. And I say to you, you are incubated. You are not forgotten. You are reserved. Hidden not from my view, but for my glory. And when the time is right, you will emerge. Not just as who you were, but as who you were always meant to be. Stronger. Deeper. Radiant with glory. Be patient in the pressing. Be still in the soil. Worship in the waiting. Trust the process I have authored. I do not plant what I do not intend to harvest. I do not invest in what I do not plan to reveal. You are not wasting time. You are absorbing life. Every tear you've sown in this ground is watering the breakthrough. Every groan of faith is splitting the shell. Something is happening. The surface may seem quiet, but the roots are trembling with purpose. Soon, what was hidden will be seen. And it won't just be a sprout. It will be a tree. And under the branches of your testimony, others will find shade, healing, and restoration. Your story will become shelter. Your journey will become fruit. What looked like an ending with a beginning all along. So rise in hope. I am not finished. I am just beginning. You are planted, and you will rise. You have felt parched. You have wandered through seasons that felt like deserts, dry, endless, and unyielding. You have cried out, "Where is the water, Lord? Where is the refreshing?" And I answer you now. My streams do not always flow on the surface. I am the God who provides sustenance in silence, who hides rivers beneath wastelands, who births miracles in barren ground. You see a wilderness. I see a wellspring. You see drought. I see deep reservoirs forming beneath the soil. I never leave my children to thirst. Even when the terrain is harsh, I remain your source. I do not require rain clouds to bring refreshment. I do not need visible signs to begin outpouring. I am the one who commands water from rocks and causes life to erupt from lifeless ground. You think you've come to the end, but you are standing at the edge of my provision. Look again. Lift your eyes. Ask me to show you the unseen stream. Ask me to open your eyes, like I did for Hagar when she believed all was lost. I had already placed the well beside her, but despair had clouded her vision. You are not abandoned. You are not dry. You are not without help. The stream is there. I have already positioned it. When your efforts run dry, my grace overflows. When your strength gives out, my water rises. I know how to sustain you when nothing else can. I will not let your spirit wither. I will not allow your purpose to perish. I have planted fountains beneath your pain, wells beneath your weariness, refreshment within your reach. But you must trust me. You must believe that even in the wilderness, I am still provider. Speak to your soul and command it to remember who I am. The dryness is not forever. The wilderness is not your identity. This place is not your grave. It is your training ground. This desert will not kill you. It will reveal the strength I have placed inside you. And the stream you discover here will nourish you for years to come. Do not resist the wilderness. Let it teach you. Let it press the oil from your obedience. Let it draw out the gold of gratitude. Worship in the dust. Sing even when your voice cracks. For in doing so, you are digging wells with your worship, and I will fill them. I always do. You are being refreshed even now. Not from without, but from within. My spirit flows like water in dry places. Let it rise in you. Let it wash away the weariness. Let it remind you, I am the God who sustains you with unseen streams. I will not let you go dry. I will not let you be scorched. You are watered by my hand. Your thirst will be quenched. Your soul will bloom. Your wilderness will become your witness. You are staring at a thread and calling it the whole design. You are analyzing a corner and wondering why the picture makes no sense. But what you see is only a fragment, while what I see is the whole. My child, I do not build with guesswork. I do not move by accident. My hand is steady, and my vision is complete. You may feel confused by your current place, but I am not. I am the architect of your life, and every detail has been calculated with eternal precision. You are not wandering aimlessly. You are moving along a blueprint drawn before time began. I see the unseen angles. I know how each event interlocks with the next. What feels like chaos to you is symphony to me. I take what's fragmented and fashion it into holy pattern. What you call random, I call revelation in disguise. Stop trying to measure destiny with human rulers. Stop trying to interpret my plans with the logic of man. I am not confined to linear paths. I draw in spirals. I build through deception. I redeem through interruptions. What was broken, I integrate into beauty. What was lost, I reclaim through process. Even pain bends to my plan. You wonder why it had to happen like this. You replay moments, hoping they might reshape. But what if I told you, nothing hath been wasted? What if I reminded you, I use every detour as a divine direction. Even what the enemy meant for destruction, I've already turned to construction. You see rubble, I see foundation. I do not just patch wounds, I build altars from ashes. I do not just restore paths, I carve highways where there was only wilderness. My strategy isn't reactive, it's redemptive. You may be holding blueprints stained with confusion, but I am holding the master plan marked by glory. And that plan is good. That plan is still unfolding. So release the need to understand every turn. Trust me in the in-between spaces, where nothing makes sense but everything is sacred. Rest, not because you see the full picture, but because you know the one who does. Lay down your timelines, your mental maps, your anxious assumptions. I am the builder, and I never leave my work unfinished. Let me construct your future. Let me fit the broken bricks into something eternal. What feels scattered will soon become structured. What feels backward is setting up your leap forward. What feels like failure is forming the exact foundation you will stand on. You will walk into rooms I've prepared in advance. You will arrive at destinations designed in love. You will step into spaces where everything clicks, and you will remember, I was building all along. My blueprint has never changed. It has simply been unfolding in perfect order. Hold fast. You're not lost. You're under construction. You have looked for healing in explosions of glory, in flashes of deliverance that the world can see. But I am not only the God of spectacle, I am the God of shadows. I mend what's broken in the quiet. I restore what's fractured in the depths. You carry wounds no one sees, scars no one knows, and yet I have been tending to them with a care no human hand could replicate. You wonder when it will all make sense, when the ache will lift, when the memories will lose their sting. But healing does not always come with announcements. Sometimes it happens silently, slowly, in places even you cannot reach. While you think nothing is changing, I am doing the deepest work. I have seen every night you cried without words. I have felt every tremor beneath your laughter. I have walked through every memory with you, even the ones you tried to forget. You did not suffer alone. You did not bleed in isolation. I was there, grieving with you, growing beside you, anchoring you when you had no more prayers to offer. And now, I am healing you. Not with noise, but with nearness. I am soothing what the world scraped raw. I am replacing lies with truth, shame with glory, fear with confidence. You may not recognize the healing yet, because it isn't loud. But your peace is returning. Your joy is rebuilding. Your strength is rising. I heal from the inside out. I don't just remove symptoms. I reach for the source. I don't just treat pain. I redeem it. Even the trauma that fractured you is not beyond my touch. I am not afraid of the shadows. I walk through them like light itself. I bring warmth to the coldest corners of your soul. Stop doubting your progress because it feels slow. Healing is not a sprint. It is a sacred process. What you're walking through isn't regression. It's recovery. I'm restoring parts of you that you forgot existed. I'm awakening laughter where sorrow has ruled. I'm anchoring your identity not in what happened, but in who you are becoming. Let me continue. Do not rush away from the process. Do not silence the pain. Bring it to me. Do not hide your wounds. Expose them to my presence. For every pain, I offer peace. For every crack, I pour gold. For every memory, I write the meaning. And for every loss, I breathe new life. You are not stuck. You are being restored. You are not broken beyond repair. You are being rebuilt with glory. My child, healing is here. In the quiet. In the shadows. In the stillness where my voice is clearest and my touch is strongest. You are being made whole. From the inside, outward. From glory to glory. You've come this far. Don't silence what's transforming you. To pull back now would be to turn your face from the fire I've kindled inside you. It would ache my heart for you to stop here, right when your spirit is beginning to stir with courage again. Let me finish what I started. Remain under the weight of my voice, because breakthrough lives in the words I haven't yet spoken. You searched for clarity like it was oxygen, convinced that understanding would set you free. But you've reached moments where logic fails, where answers escape, where everything seems backwards and upside down. And still, I remain. I am not only God when things make sense, I am God even when they don't. You want to know why it happened, how it will work, when it will change. But child, my greatness is not contained in explanations. My sovereignty is not limited by your comprehension. Faith does not require clarity, it requires trust. And when nothing makes sense, that is when your trust becomes sacred. I am not shaken by your questions. I am not moved by your confusion. I am present even when you feel like you're drifting. You asked why this road? I answer, because I know the destination. You cry, why now? I reply, because my timing is flawless. You whisper, I don't understand. And I say, you don't need to. You only need to lean. There is a deeper rhythm to my ways. A pulse that beats beneath the chaos. I see the full landscape while you see a valley. I hold the clock while you feel the delay. I authored the journey before your first breath, and I will not abandon it mid-story. What feels like a mess is part of the masterpiece. You are not off course. You are not being punished. You are being trained to trust me over your own logic. Every confusion is an invitation to lean deeper, to look higher, to surrender more fully. Let go of the pressure to understand, and grab hold of my promises. They are not shaken. They are not adjusted based on circumstances. They are eternal. Your faith is growing even when your mind is wrestling. Your roots are deepening even when your heart is weary. You are becoming the kind of warrior who walks without needing proof, who praises without needing evidence, who advances without having all the pieces. Rest, my child. I am still God. I am not nervous. I am not unsure. I am not figuring things out as I go. I am seated in authority. I am reigning in wisdom. And I am working all things, not some, not most, but all, for your good. So keep moving. Keep breathing. Keep declaring that I am good, even when nothing around you agrees. That is the highest worship. That is the true surrender. That is faith refined in fire. You don't need to understand. You only need to stay close. I am still God. That will always be enough. You move through your days, often unaware of the choreography I have set into motion. You call them coincidences, those sudden conversations, those unplanned meetings, those gentle nudges that led you to a moment you could not have anticipated. But nothing I ordain is random. Every intersection of your journey is divine in design, sculpted with intentionality and layered with eternal meaning. You may overlook the stranger who says a sentence that pierces your heart. You may dismiss the phone call that interrupts your schedule but lifts your spirit. You may rush past the quiet opportunity that seems ordinary but carries destiny on its back. But I see it all. I place those moments in your path. I align those hearts with yours. I wove those meetings into the very fabric of your purpose. Stop treating the mundane as meaningless. I hide my glory in the everyday. I wrap the miraculous in robes of simplicity. You expect my messengers to descend with wings and trumpets, but sometimes they come wearing denim and carrying grocery bags. Sometimes they speak through laughter over coffee. Sometimes they walk by you in silence, yet the ripple of their presence shifts something in your atmosphere. I have assigned people to you, people who will carry answers, who will unlock doors, who will speak life into the places where silence has long remained. And likewise, I have positioned you for others. You are someone's divine appointment. Your smile, your story, your strength in the middle of trial may be the very miracle someone else has been praying for. Do not underestimate the value of presence. Not every divine appointment is loud. Some come wrapped in peace. Some come bearing correction. Some bring confirmation. But all are from me, and all serve a purpose greater than what you see on the surface. I interrupt with precision. I reroute with purpose. I create delays not to frustrate you, but to align you with encounters that would be missed if you arrived too soon. A traffic jam, that long line, that detour. They may be divine detainments to bring you into position. You see convenience. I see orchestration. Remain alert. Move slowly through your days with a spirit of awareness. Be sensitive to the prompting of my spirit. Pay attention to what stirs your heart. Speak when I nudge you. Listen when I whisper. And receive when I bring you into contact with those who carry what you've been waiting for. You are surrounded by divinely appointed moments. They are not always dramatic, but they are always deliberate. Trust that I am the God who leaves nothing to chance. I line every thread. I position every heart. And I bring divine intersections when they are most needed. You are not missing out. You are being led. Every step, every breath, every pause, I am in all of it. And I am not finished orchestrating the divine in your life. Keep walking. Keep watching. You have planted faithfully. You have sowed seeds in seasons where the ground seemed hard and the skies offered no sign of rain. You've labored when no one watched. You've cried while watering fields that refused to bloom. And you've asked yourself, again and again, will the harvest ever come? I tell you now, it is near. Not imagined. Not delayed. Not lost. It is near. You see emptiness, but I see movement beneath the surface. I see roots expanding. I see life awakening. I see fruit forming out of sight. Just because the field looks barren does not mean it is dead. Just because the stalk hasn't emerged doesn't mean growth isn't happening. I do my greatest work in places the eyes cannot reach. Your tears have not been in vain. Each one watered what you could not see. Your perseverance became sunlight to seeds that required endurance to bloom. Your integrity became the shield for the sprouting. And now, I tell you, the harvest is no longer a hope. It is a reality in motion. The moment is closer than you know. Do not abandon the field. Do not walk away from the season just before its shift. Many have surrendered in the hour before breakthrough. But you, hold steady. Stay faithful. Your reward is not only coming, it is already unfolding. You may not recognize it at first. It may not look like what you imagined, but it will carry more than you asked. It will be pressed down, shaken together, and running over. You are not waiting in vain. Heaven has scheduled your increase. The labor of love, the sacrifices of obedience, the decisions to trust even when you had every reason to quit, they have all built toward this moment. Every act of faith was a deposit, and now the account is full, and I am releasing the return. Stand tall in expectation. Speak over your field. Declare my promises over what looks empty. Rejoice before you see the fruit. Sing while the branches are still bare. Your celebration becomes the final ingredient. Your praise becomes the pull that calls forth the hidden bounty. I have not forgotten your labor. I have not ignored your seed. I have not denied your hope. I have only in refining the timing so that your harvest arrives in full maturity, lacking nothing. I want it straw. I want it sustainable. I want it multiplied. And I want you ready. Prepare your baskets. Enlarge your storehouse. The increase you prayed for is no longer a whisper. It is on the wind. You will gather what you did not plant alone. You will reap beyond your strength. And you will testify that I, the Lord of the harvest, do not forget. Your harvest is here. Wait for it. You measure time by hours and days, by weeks and years. But I do not move by your calendar. I move by fullness. I act when all things align. And when they do, I move suddenly. You may feel like nothing has changed for so long, like the same pain, same prayer, same wilderness repeats. But when I move, it will not be gradual. It will be swift and undeniable, unstoppable. I am not limited by your waiting. I do not grow weary with your delays. I was not asleep while you waited. I was building. I was aligning. I was preparing. And now, I am ready to shift the entire atmosphere around you. Not by steps, but by surging movement. By divine velocity. I am the God of the suddenly, and I am about to do what you thought would take years, in moments. You are closer than you think. The door that felt sealed will open without warning. The opportunity that was dry will suddenly pour favor. The relationship that seemed severed will suddenly reconcile. The body that suffered will suddenly be restored. The heaviness that lingered will suddenly lift. And it won't be because of your striving. It will be because I decided the time was now. Do not mistake the silence for stalling. My suddenlies often come after the deepest stillness, after the longest wait, after the greatest surrender. I work in layers, and when the final layer aligns, I release what cannot be denied. The testimony will be so swift, even your own mind will struggle to comprehend it. I use time not to tease but to prepare. I develop capacity so that when the suddenly arrives, it doesn't crush you, it crowns you. You will not just receive the miracle, you will carry it well. You will not just experience change, you will sustain it. I am not only moving quickly, I am moving wisely. Watch the sky. The shift is near. Stay ready. Stay worshipful. Stay positioned. Don't be caught off guard by the speed of my hand. What you thought was over will revive. What you gave up on will return. What was stolen will be restored sevenfold. And when it happens, you'll know, only I could do it this way. Brace for the flood. Prepare for the overflow. I am coming with power, not by inches but by eruption. The suddenly is not just an idea, it is my nature, and I will not delay it any longer. Lift your eyes. Get ready. You have held on when everything around you trembled. You have believed even when belief felt like a burden. You have stood on promises that seemed buried under silence. And though you could not trace the outcome, you chose to trust the author. My child, that faith has not gone unnoticed. Every declaration you made in the dark echoed through eternity. Every yes whispered through clenched teeth carried weight in the courts of heaven. You did not imagine my word. You did not fabricate hope. What you carry is not fiction. It is covenant. I am not a man that I should lie. I do not speak to tease. I do not declare only to withhold. What I have promised, I will fulfill. But I require trust, not just when you feel me, not just when you see movement, but in the in-between where nothing seems to happen. That is where true rest begins, not the kind that comes from comfort, but the kind that comes from confidence. The kind that whispers, even if nothing around me shifts, I know who holds the timeline. Rest is not laziness. It is warfare. It is the refusal to bow to panic. It is the declaration that I am still faithful, even in delay. I am not late. I am precise. I do not forget. I measure moments with a wisdom you cannot comprehend. And when I withhold, it is not to harm, it is to perfect. What you have asked for is sacred, and I do not hand sacred things to anxious hands. I prepare both the blessing and the bearer. You are being shaped to hold what I have spoken. You are becoming the vessel worthy of the weight. And even while the outward shows no change, the internal is being formed. My word is active beneath the silence. It is working beneath the stillness. My word does not return void, not sometimes, not often, but never. It always accomplishes, always produces, always brings forth what I intended. So rest, not because the promise is delayed, but because it is certain. You do not need to chase confirmations. You do not need to collect signs like souvenirs. My voice was enough the first time. Let it be enough now. I spoke it, and I do not rescind what I have released. My promises are not fragile. They are forged in fire. They are secured by blood. They are upheld by the very nature of who I am. Lay down the questions. Silence the internal trial. Cease from trying to figure it out. Rest in me, not in results. Let your heart be calmed by the fact that I never speak in vain. I never make empty vows, and I never allow delay without divine intention. You will see it. Maybe not when you expect, maybe not how you envisioned, but in fullness, exactly how it was meant to be. And when it comes, you will not have to force it. It will arrive carried by grace, clothed in favor, dripping with glory. You will know it was me, and it will have been worth every moment you waited. To breathe deeply. Let peace settle your soul. Let gratitude rise even before the fulfillment appears. You are not waiting for possibility. You are waiting for inevitability. I promised, and I cannot lie. He is not lost. He is not forgotten. He is not buried. It is coming, through unseen hands, through the movement of heaven, through alignments you cannot yet perceive, through doors that only I can open, through timing that only I can orchestrate. Rest now, my child. The promise is not just alive, it is arriving. You've received my promises, and now I invite you to become part of how I fulfill them for others. If this word touched something deep in you, then let your gift be the key that unlocks it for someone else. This is not a donation, it's a divine act. Every super thanks, membership, or PayPal offering link below becomes a sacred ripple, sending hope into prisons, bedrooms, and silent battles across the world. You've prayed, use me, Lord, and I tell you now, this is how I am answering. What you release in faith, I will return with overflow, provision, protection, and peace planted like trees around your life. This moment is holy. Don't scroll past it. So now, move with me and watch what I build through your obedience. My child, you have heard my voice. You have felt the weight of my truth settle upon your heart. Now I invite you to participate. Do not walk away silently. Speak what your soul now knows. What I am doing is not passive, and neither should be your response. Right here, right now, declare with your own mouth, it is coming through unseen hands. My breakthrough is in motion. My promise is alive. I will not fear. I will not doubt. I will not strive. I choose to rest. I choose to believe. I choose to walk by faith, for my God is working behind the veil. Type it below. Say it aloud. Log the moment. Your voice activates what your heart has received. This is not performance. It is alignment. If these words have awakened something in you, tell me. Comment below what you're believing for. Share the one hidden promise you're holding onto. Speak life into your own story and encourage another who's standing in the same wilderness. Your faith stirs heaven, and it strengthens those around you. Write your declaration. Share your testimony. Encourage a brother. Lift a sister. Join the family of those who refuse to give up. Because together, we walk in one truth. It's coming. It's coming through unseen hands. And I'll go, declare it boldly. Let your comment be your covenant. Let your response echo through eternity. I am watching. I am listening. And I am moving. And now, my child, listen to me. Come closer and let the noise of your world fade away. I want to speak directly to that part of you that is tired, the part that feels like you are holding everything together with just your own two hands. Do you feel that knot in your stomach when you think about tomorrow? I see it. I feel the weight of that pressure you carry, the worry about your job, the unspoken tension in your family, the fear that you are being overlooked and that your future is uncertain. You look at your life and see 100 different pieces that you are desperately trying to force into place, and you are exhausted. But I want you to understand something right now, deep in your spirit. My governance over your life is perfect and complete. Before you were ever concerned about your next step, I had already mapped out your entire journey. You look at the mountains and the oceans, the rising of the sun and the stars in the night sky, and you know I set them in their place. I laid the foundations of the world with a word. Can I not, then, lay the foundation for your breakthrough? Can I not handle the details of your life, which, to me, are so intimately important? The very breath you just took, without even thinking about it, was a gift from me. That is how close and constant my care is. It is an unseen provision, a steady rhythm of grace that sustains you even when you are unaware. My help for you is not an emergency response. It is not a reaction to your crisis. My plan for your victory was established long before your battle ever began. I am not scrambling to fix your problems. I am revealing a solution that has been waiting for the perfect moment. I work in realms you cannot perceive to bring about realities you can enjoy. There are conversations happening on your behalf that you know nothing about. There are doors being prepared to open, hearts being softened, and obstacles being dismantled, all by my unseen hands. When you feel that nothing is happening, that is when everything is happening behind the scenes. Think about it. You trust that a foundation holds up a house, even though you cannot see it. In the same way, my unseen work is the foundation holding up your life. Your very existence is held within my hands, both the parts you can see and the parts you cannot. When you feel vulnerable, when you feel like you might fall, I want you to remember that you are held. You are secure. The architect of the universe is the architect of your destiny. So, let go of that need to control everything. Release that breath you have been holding. Rest in the knowledge that my plan is active. My hands are at work, and my love is the ultimate foundation upon which your entire life is built. You do not have to understand everything to trust me. You just have to know that I am in control, and I will never, ever let you go. My beloved, I see you looking at the clock. I see the calendar pages turning, and I hear the frantic beat of your heart, whispering, "He is late." It is too late. The panic rises in your throat when you look at the bills piling up, when you feel another year has passed without the desire of your heart being met, when an opportunity you longed for goes to someone else. You feel you are running out of time, and in your fear, you try to run ahead of me, to force a door open, to make something happen. You think you're striving, and your worry will somehow speed up my hands. But my child, my ways are not your ways. My timing is designed to produce the greatest glory for me and the deepest growth in you. Cease this frantic striving to understand every detail. You do not need to know the how or the when. Your part is to rest in the quiet assurance of my control. Imagine a seed planted in the earth. It does not struggle or strive. It simply rests in the darkness, trusting the process. It knows that in the unseen, it is growing. The same is true for your blessing. A blessing delayed is not a blessing denied. It is a blessing being perfected. It is a seed taking root, growing stronger in the hidden place so that when it breaks through the soil, it will be strong enough to withstand the winds. I operate outside of the timeline that constrains you. While you are living in this present moment, I am already in your future, arranging the details of your victory. I am speaking to people you have not yet met. I am aligning the circumstances for your breakthrough. Your clock ticks in seconds, and each tick can feel like an eternity of waiting. But my clock ticks in seasons of purpose. There was a season for planting the prayer in your heart, and now you are in the season of waiting and watering it with your faith. Do not despise this season. It is in this waiting that your character is being forged, your patience is being perfected, and your trust in me is becoming unshakable. When my moment finally arrives, and it will be sudden. It will be so perfect in its timing and execution that you will be left in awe. It will come in a way you could never have orchestrated, through a door you did not even see. It will be so undeniably from me that no one, especially not you, could ever claim credit. This is why I ask you to wait. I am not just preparing the blessing for you, I am preparing you for the blessing. So breathe. Let go of the calendar. Trust my season for you, for the harvest is coming, and it will be glorious. I know that when you look at your life right now, it feels like chaos. It does not feel like a well-laid plan. It feels like a collection of random, painful accidents. The person who betrayed you, the unexpected job loss, the health diagnosis that came from nowhere. These events sound like screeching, discordant notes in your ears. You try to make sense of it all, to find a melody in the madness, but all you hear is noise. You cry out to me, "What are you doing?" This is not a song. This is a catastrophe. My precious one, you are standing too close to the orchestra. You can only hear the single, loud drum of your pain or the mournful violin of your sorrow. But I am the divine conductor. I stand where I can see the entire composition, every instrument, every note on every page of your life. Every person, every event, every detail, even the ones that cause you the most grief, is an instrument in my orchestra. What sounds like terrible discord to you is merely the sound of the orchestra tuning up for the masterpiece I am composing. The sharp, painful note of that rejection was necessary to get your attention. A long, silent pause that feels like abandonment is building the tension for a triumphant refrain. I am the one ensuring every note plays its part in the beautiful story of your life. You may only hear the strings of sorrow right now, and that sound is real and it is painful. But I am telling you, from my vantage point, the horns of triumph are about to sound. The percussion of victory in main position. Do not mistake the cacophony of this moment for the final performance. This is not the end of your song. This is the difficult, complex movement that comes before the glorious finale. The crescendo is coming, my child. It is building in the unseen realm. It is a symphony of grace you cannot yet imagine, a melody of redemption that will resolve every painful note, a final chord of blessing that will ring with such beauty and power it will leave all of heaven breathless. Trust your conductor. I know the music I am making with your life. Be still and listen. The most beautiful part is about to begin. The door that was just slammed shut in your face. The one you were so sure was the one. I need you to know something. It was my hand that blocked it. It was my love that stood in the way. You see the rejection, the end of the road, the lost opportunity. You feel the sting of that no, and it feels like my failure, or yours. But what you cannot see is the danger I was protecting you from on the other side of that door. Like a father pulling his child back from a road they cannot see is busy with traffic, I pulled you back for your own protection. My rejection is always my redirection towards something far better and far safer. I am not limited by human opinions, by worldly systems, or by the piece of paper that said you were not qualified. Your dead ends are the very places I choose to begin my greatest works. When you look around and see no options, when every path seems to be a dead end, that is when you must look to me. For I will carve a glorious, wide-open path for you right through the wilderness of your confusion. I will cause rivers of provision to flow in the desert of your lack. You are staring at what looks like an impenetrable mountain, but you have forgotten, my child. I am the God who moves mountains. Where there appears to be no way, I am the way. The end of your ability is the perfect starting point for my divine ability. So I ask you, stop looking at the closed doors behind you. Stop replaying the rejections and the disappointments. Grieving what is gone will only keep you from seeing what is coming. Turn around. Lift your head. I want you to look not at the earthly doors that have been shut, but at the heavenly gates of opportunity that I am swinging wide open before you. This new path may not look like anything you imagined. It will require you to trust me more than you trust your own sight. But I promise you, this way leads to life, to abundance, and to a destiny so much grander than the one you thought you lost. Walk with me. The way is now open. Do you truly believe you are walking through this life alone? Do you think you face your battles by yourself? My child, if I were to pull back the spiritual veil for just one moment, you would be utterly astounded. you would not see emptiness around you. You would see a squadron of heavenly warriors, a host of ministering spirits commissioned for one purpose, to guard you in all of your ways. This is not a fantasy. It is a profound reality of your life in me. As you sleep, they stand watch. As you drive to work, they surround your vehicle. As you walk into that difficult meeting, they walk in with you, a heavenly secret service detail assigned to you, my beloved. They are tirelessly executing my will for your life, working to bring to pass the things I have promised you. These are not idle beings. They are actively pushing back forces of darkness that you cannot see. When you feel that sudden wave of unexplainable peace in the middle of anxiety, it is often the result of their ministry. When a near-miss accident is avoided, it is their hands that have intervened. The spiritual heaviness that lifts, the temptation that suddenly loses its power, this is the unseen battle being waged and won on your behalf. More than that, they are the couriers of my answers. They are carrying the resources, the healing, and the breakthrough that you have been praying for. The reason it has not yet arrived in your hands is not because it hasn't been sent, but because there is a battle in the heavenlies to deliver it. But do not be afraid, for my angels are mightier than any force that comes against them. They will not fail their mission. So be assured, you do not walk alone. My heavenly army encamps around you. You are surrounded by more power, more love, and more protection than you could ever comprehend. Rest in this security. You are divinely protected, always. My child, pause before you go. I have just begun to open your eyes to the unseen reality swirling around you. To turn away now would be to tell me you are content with what you can see, even when it brings you pain. It would wound my heart to know I have offered you the blueprint of my work, only for you to leave the table before I can show you the most beautiful parts of the design. Do not leave me here, with so much more I yearn to reveal about your life. Stay. What I have to tell you next is the key to it all. You are looking at your bank account, at your paycheck, at the resources you can see, and you are declaring a drought. The numbers do not add up, and fear is whispering that you will not make it. You have limited my ability to provide for you to the channels you already know. But I am the God of the unexpected. I am about to open fountains of supply from sources you have deemed completely dry. I will cause men and women you have never even met to feel a sudden urge to bless you. I will prompt a forgotten friend to send you exactly what you need. I will arrange for a check to arrive in the mail from an overpayment you knew nothing about. Do not put me in the box of your understanding. My provision is not limited to your salary. I once commanded a raven, a bird, to deliver food to my prophet. I once caused a coin to appear in the mouth of a fish to pay a tax. I will use the most unconventional, surprising, and miraculous means to provide for you, so that you will know, without a doubt, that it was my hand that did it. Your need does not dictate the size of my supply, my infinite abundance does. You calculate based on what you have. I operate based on the riches of my glory. The cattle on 1,000 hills are mine, and I will sell them all for you if I must. So I want you to do something. I want you to stop looking at what you lack and start looking for my surprises. Prepare to receive from the left field, from completely out of the blue, for that is where my most delightful surprises often bloom. Open your hands. Let go of your own frantic plans to provide for yourself. Your job is to trust. My job is to provide. And I am the God who is more than enough. Expect a miracle. Expect the unexpected. Your provider is on his way. My child, let me ask you something. When you speak to me, when you bow your head in the quiet of your room, do you ever wonder where your words go? Do you feel like they are just whispers disappearing into the ceiling, wishes sent out with no address. I want you to erase that thought from your mind forever. Your faithful prayers are the petitions I am answering behind the scenes. They are not loss, they are treasure. They arrive before my throne not as pleas, but as blueprints. Every time you whisper, "Lord, I need your wisdom," you are handing me the plans for the counsel I will provide. Every time you cry, "God, heal my family," you are drawing the architectural design for the restoration I will build. Every word you have spoken in faith is a brick, solid and real, being laid in the foundation of the testimony I am building in your life. I do not discard your requests. I file them in the courts of heaven to be answered in my perfect time. The unseen work I am doing is often the direct, tangible result of your persistent cries to me. Prayer is not you trying to convince a reluctant God. Prayer is you, my beloved child, aligning your heart with mine and giving my unseen hands the divine license, the sacred permission, to move powerfully in your earthly affairs. It is the key that you turn, which allows my power to flow into your circumstances. When you pray, you are not just speaking, you are creating. You are warring. You are authorizing heavenly activity. This is why the enemy works so hard to convince you that your prayers do not matter. He wants you to be silent because he knows your voice, fortified by faith in me, unleashes my power to dismantle his plans. So do not stop. Do not grow weary. Continue to pray, for you are fueling the very miracle you are waiting for. With every prayer, you send another shipment of materials for the masterpiece I am constructing. Keep speaking. Keep asking. Keep seeking. The work is progressing because you have not been silent. This space between your prayer and my answer, this period you call waiting, I know it is difficult. It can feel like a punishment, a silent, empty void where your hope goes to die. One day you feel full of faith, and the next you are drowning in doubt. I want you to see this season differently. This interval is not for punishment. It is for the strengthening of your spiritual muscles. Think of a weightlifter. They do not become strong by looking at weights. They become strong by lifting them, by feeling the strain and the resistance. This waiting is your spiritual gymnasium. The weight of uncertainty, the resistance of unanswered questions. These are the very things forging a strength in you that you could not gain any other way. A faith that has not been tested cannot be trusted. It is easy to believe in me when everything is going well. But a faith that holds on in the darkness, a faith that trusts my goodness when there is no evidence of it, that is a faith that moves my heart. That is a faith that can bear the weight of a glorious destiny. I am using this time to teach you to stand on the solid rock of my promises, not on the shifting sand of your own feelings. Your emotions will lie to you. They will tell you I have forgotten you one day and that I am near the next. They are unreliable, but my promises are eternal and unshakable. I am building in you a deep resilience, a spiritual core so strong that it will be able to sustain the weight of the immense blessing that is coming. I cannot place a king's treasure in the hands of a child who would drop it. I must first make you strong enough to carry it with grace and humility. This period of stillness is forging an unshakable trust between us. You are learning to lean into my presence, not just my presence. You are discovering that I, myself, am your greatest reward. So do not resent the process. Every day you choose to trust me in the waiting, the roots of your faith grow deeper, anchoring you for the magnificent purpose I have prepared for you. There is a conflict raging that you can feel but cannot see. It is the reason for the sudden chaos that erupts just when you think you are making progress. It is the source of that spiritual heaviness that descends for no reason, the suffocating oppression that whispers lies of fear and despair in the dead of night. My child, you must understand, There are spiritual battles being waged in the unseen realm for your destiny. You feel the tremors of this conflict, but I want you to know that I am your unbreachable fortress. You are not on the battlefield. You are safe within my walls. The enemy sees the great calling on your life. He sees the blessings that are being prepared for you, and he is terrified. He is doing everything in his power to stop you, to distract you, to make you give up just before your victory is realized. But listen to me. My power is right now dismantling strongholds that have held your family line captive for generations. Chains of fear, addiction, poverty, and sickness are being broken by my mighty hand. You may be the one on earth praying, but I am the one in the heavens warring. The victory has already been secured in the heavenly realms by the blood of my Son. What you are experiencing now is simply its manifestation in the earthly realm. I am your divine warrior, your captain, your Lord of hosts, and you must burn this into your heart. I have never, ever lost a battle. The forces against you are no match for my power. So when you feel the spiritual turbulence, do not be afraid. Do not take up a sword and try to fight in your own strength. Your role in this battle is to rest. That's right, rest. Rest in my finished work. Rest in my absolute sovereignty. Rest in the knowledge that the fight belongs to me. Keep your eyes on me, not on the chaos. I am fighting for you, and your victory is not just possible, it is absolutely inevitable. Your life, my child, is a grand tapestry. But from where you are standing, you can only see the underside. You see a tangled mess of threads, knots of failure, frayed edges of disappointment, confusing lines that seem to go nowhere, dark colors of pain woven next to bright moments of joy with no apparent reason or pattern. It looks chaotic, random, and perhaps even ugly. You look at the mistakes you have made, the hurts you have endured, and you think, this is ruined. I have ruined the plan. It can never be made beautiful now. This is the lie you believe when you can only see the back of the canvas. But I want you to trust me. I am the master weaver, and I see the grand design from the front. I see the breathtaking masterpiece that I am making of your life. Every single thread has a purpose. I am weaving your past pains and your future joys into an intricate pattern of redemption and grace. Those dark threads of sorrow and suffering that you wish you could pull out, they are not mistakes. They are essential. They are the very threads I am using to create depth and contrast, making the brilliant, golden threads of my glory and faithfulness shine all the more brightly. Every loose end from your past will be tied. Every frayed edge of a broken relationship will be mended by my skillful hands. Nothing is wasted in my economy. I am taking the things you are most ashamed of, the moments of your greatest failure, and I am weaving them into your testimony, transforming them into the most powerful parts of your story. The final masterpiece of your life will reveal my faithfulness through every single season. People will look at your story, and they will not see the tangled mess you once saw. They will see a stunning display of my grace, and they will know that only a loving God could turn such sorrow into such beauty. Trust the process. My hands are at work, and the story I am weaving for you is more beautiful than you can imagine. Just as I am weaving your story with threads of grace, you can become a thread of my hope in someone else's tangled life. You have felt my hand at work, and your heart has asked, how can I be your hands in this world? This is your moment. Every super thanks or membership gift is a seed of light, carrying my voice into the chaos of another soul who feels lost and unseen. I have said, give, and it will be given to you, and my word never returns void. This moment is not random. Your obedience right now will echo in eternity as another story begins to be beautifully rewoven. As you sow this thread of light, I will multiply the beauty and order in your own tapestry, bringing peace where there has been chaos. Now act. Partner with me in this harvest of souls through your gift, or through the PayPal link in the description, and watch as I weave a miracle for another. My beloved, do you feel the weight of these truths? I have shared with you the secret mechanics of my kingdom and the deep tapestry of your life. To stop listening now would grieve my spirit, for it would say that even after seeing how intricately I am weaving your story, you do not trust the weaver to finish it. Do not let the noise of your world pull you from this holy ground. Show me that your desire to understand my heart is real. Stay with me a while longer. The most intimate revelations are yet to come. You have been praying for an answer, waiting for my guidance, and you are expecting a shout from heaven. You are looking for a sign in the sky, an earthquake, a fire, a loud, unmistakable, dramatic event to show you the way. But so often, that is not how I speak. I am not in the earthquake, nor the fire. I am in the still, small voice. I am in the gentle whisper that you can only hear when you quiet your own soul. The world is screaming for your attention. Your anxieties are yelling at you. The opinions of others are deafening. To hear me, you cannot be listening to them. You must tune your spirit to my frequency, intentionally turning down the volume on the chaos so you can hear my whisper. I am giving you quiet instructions every single day. That subtle nudge to call a friend, that peaceful knowing in your heart about which decision to make, that sudden idea that feels full of light and wisdom which you quickly dismiss as your own thought, that is often me. Do not despise the gentle whisper, my child. It carries the power to part seas and change everything. My guidance often comes not as a forceful command, but as a settled peace in your heart about a certain path. When you are wrestling with a decision, the path that leads to my peace is the one I am illuminating for you. In the quiet, you will find the unseen directions you have been desperately seeking. So I invite you, take a moment right now. Turn off the noise. Read. Ask me to speak, and then listen. Not with your ears, but with your heart. Let go of your need for a dramatic sign. Let my peace be your guide. I am speaking. Can you hear me? My child, I hear the question that you are afraid to ask out loud, the one that echoes in your heart in the quiet moments. Why is this taking so long? You feel your life is paused, waiting for this one thing to change, and the silence is deafening. You look at others who seem to be moving forward, and the temptation to believe I have forgotten you is immense. You see a delay, but I see a divine and intricate alignment. I am not just going to give you a blessing. I am positioning every piece on the board so that when I give it to you, it will be perfect, protected, and powerful. Right now, I am aligning circumstances that you are not yet aware of. That person whose heart needs to be ready to help you. I am working on them. That other opportunity that needs to fall through to make way for mine. I am arranging it. This is not a simple transaction. It is a masterful preparation. Think of it this way: a pilot does not take off in a storm. They wait for clearance. The waiting may be frustrating, but it is for their safety. In the same way, this delay is, in part, protecting you from a danger on the path ahead that you cannot see. If I had answered your prayer a year ago, it might have been destroyed by a circumstance you have now avoided. I am also using this time for a purpose within you. I am waiting for the moment when the blessing will have its maximum impact, not just for you, but for everyone who witnesses it. More than that, this waiting is stripping away the subtle pride that would have claimed the victory as your own. I am waiting until your heart is so tender, so completely reliant on me, that when the breakthrough comes, you will fall to your knees and give me all the glory. My beloved, The appointed time is set in my heavenly calendar. It is not late. It is precise. And when it arrives, you will look back and understand that my timing was not a delay. It was a profound act of love. This process you are in, it can feel like loss. It may seem as though I am taking things away, leaving you with less than you had before. A relationship ends. A source of security dries up. An old way of thinking no longer brings you comfort. You feel stripped bare, exposed, and vulnerable. I want you to see this not as demolition, but as renovation. Before a gardener can plant a beautiful new garden, they must first pull the weeds, remove the rocks, and till the hard soil. The ground may look empty and barren for a season, but it is this necessary clearing that allows the new seeds to take root and flourish. That is what I am doing in the garden of your heart. I am gently, but firmly, uprooting the hidden roots of bitterness and unforgiveness that have been poisoning your soil. I am removing the faulty foundations of your dependency on people, on your job, or on your own strength, because they would crumble under the weight of the new thing I am building. You have heard my words. You cannot put new wine into old wineskins. The old mindsets of fear, of limitation, of your past identity, they simply cannot contain the new level of blessing and anointing I am pouring into your life. They would burst. So this feeling of being emptied is actually me making you ready to be filled. I know it can be painful. I sometimes have to take away what you see as good in order to give you what I know is best. So I urge you, do not cling to what I am removing. Do not try to hold on to that comfort zone or that relationship that I have clearly put my hand on to move. Your hands must be empty to receive what I am about to give. This emptiness is not your end. It is your beginning. It is the holy, consecrated ground upon which your miracle will be built. Trust me. I am a wise and loving gardener. I know what needs to go, and I know the beautiful thing that is about to grow in its place. You think no one sees. You think that when you cry in your car, or when a tear silently rolls down your cheek in the middle of the night, that it is lost to the darkness. You put on a brave face for the world. You smile and say you are fine. But I see the exhaustion behind your eyes and I feel the ache in your soul. Let me tell you a secret of heaven, my beloved. Every single tear you have cried is precious to me. I do not turn away from your sorrow. I draw nearer. I collect every one of them in a bottle. They are recorded. They are remembered. Your pain is not invisible to me. It touches the very depths of my heart. You must not believe the lie that your weeping is a sign of weakness or a lack of faith. Your tears are a holy offering, a liquid prayer that tells me of your deep longing and your tender heart. And know this, your tears are not wasted. They are watering the very seeds of the joy that is about to spring forth in your life. The soil of a heart that has never known sorrow cannot produce a harvest of true, deep, empathetic joy. But your heart, softened by your tears, is becoming fertile ground. I promise you this, as surely as the sun rises after the night, I will turn your mourning into dancing. I will replace your spirit of heaviness with a garment of praise. Your sorrow will be turned into a song of redemption that you will sing for all to hear. This long, dark night of weeping is ending. From my perspective, I can already see the first light of dawn on your horizon. It is coming. So let the tears fall if they must. Do not hold them back. Let me comfort you as only I can. Lean into me. I am the God of all comfort, and my presence is wrapping around you right now, holding you in your pain, and promising you that the morning is on its way. While you are anxiously looking for the external circumstances to change, while your eyes are fixed on the horizon waiting for the blessing to arrive, you are almost missing the greatest miracle of all. I am performing my most critical and enduring work not on the outside of your life, but on the inside. I am conducting a deep and unseen restoration of your soul. I am healing the hidden wounds and the hairline fractures in your spirit that you have carried for years. The sting of rejection, the wound of betrayal, the quiet voice of shame. You have learned to live with these things, to build your life around them, but that was never my intention. I am here to make you whole. I am restoring the years the locusts have eaten, and that restoration begins not with your bank account, but with your peace, and begins with your identity. I am reminding you of who you are in me, chosen, beloved, righteous, and free. This inner renewal is the true treasure, the only part of this journey that will last for eternity. A new job can be lost, a sum of money can be spent, but a healed and whole soul is a treasure that can never be taken from you. It is the only vessel that can properly steward the blessings I am about to release. What good would it be to pour my finest wine into a broken cup? It would be wasted. I am mending your cup. I am healing your heart. I am restoring your soul so that when the blessing comes, you will be able to hold it, enjoy it, and multiply it without it destroying you. You will emerge from this season of waiting not just with a promise in your hand, but with a healed heart, a renewed mind, and an unshakable spirit. That, my child, is the greater victory. This internal work is my priority because I love you too much to give you a blessing that you are not yet whole enough to receive. Wait. Do not turn from me now. We are in the deepest place, in the very operating room of your soul. I am touching the wounds you have hidden from everyone. To leave this moment would be to walk off the surgeon's table, leaving the healing incomplete. It would break my heart to see you choose to live with the very pain I am ready to remove forever. Allow me to finish what I have started. Your wholeness depends on what I am about to say. Please stay. You look at your life and see disconnected events and random people, but I see a divine conspiracy of love, a masterfully coordinated plan unfolding for your good. It is like a giant, intricate clockwork. You see only the single hand that appears to be stuck, but I see all the hundreds of tiny gears, wheels, and springs moving perfectly behind the face, all working together to bring about the appointed time. Right now, at this very moment, I am moving key people into position who will be a part of your answer. There is a person in another city who is accepting a new job, a job that will place them in your path at the exact moment you need their help. I am rearranging schedules. I am shifting appointments. I am even using global events to move the pieces on the board of your life. That person who holds the key to the door you need opened, I am preparing their heart. They will be unexplainably favorable to you when the time comes. The circumstance that will trigger your breakthrough, it is being set up as we speak. That canceled flight, that chance encounter, that piece of information you stumbled upon, these are not coincidences. They are my fingerprints. They are the intricate workings of my love for you. Do not become discouraged because you cannot see the whole picture. You are not meant to. Your part is to trust the clockmaker. When all the pieces finally, perfectly click into place, the result will be sudden and breathtaking. It will happen so fast it will make your head spin. You will look back at all the seemingly random events of this season and see with stunning clarity how I was weaving them all together all along. It will produce in you an unshakable faith and a deep, abiding awe. So rest. The plan is in motion. The conspiracy of love is unfolding. I am coordinating everything for you. My child, we need to talk about the past. Your past. It follows you around like a shadow, whispering reminders of every mistake, every failure, every word you wish you could take back. The voice of regret has become your constant companion, and it tells you that you are disqualified from the future I have promised you. It holds up your failures as evidence that you are not worthy of my blessing. It convinces you that you have messed up too badly, that you have strayed too far, and that my plan for you is now canceled. It is a lie, and its power over you ends today. I want you to look at a rearview mirror in a car. It is small for a reason. You are meant to glance at it, not stare into it. The windshield is vast and wide because that is where you are going. Your past is the rearview mirror. I am your windshield. Where are you going to fix your gaze? I am the God who makes all things new. When I forgive, I also forget. I have taken your transgressions, all of them, and thrown them into the depths of the sea. They are gone. The chains of past failures that you still feel clanking around your ankles are imaginary. I shattered them on the cross. It is time for you to let them fall to the ground and walk away in the freedom I have purchased for you. Your history is not your destiny. Your destiny is in my hands, and it is bright and beautiful. I am doing a new thing. Can you not perceive it? I am planting a new garden in your life, but you cannot see the new shoots if you are constantly looking over your shoulder at the barren ground of yesterday. So I command you now, in my love, to stop looking backward. Forgive yourself, because I have already forgiven you. Receive my grace, which is more powerful than your greatest mistake. The future I have for you is not defined by where you have been, but by who I am. And I am your Redeemer. Walk forward with me. You have been trying so hard, my child. I see you working, striving, attempting to be good enough, to do enough, to somehow earn the breakthrough you so desperately need. You have this mistaken idea that my blessings are a reward for your perfect performance. This pressure to be perfect is crushing you, because you can never achieve it. It makes you feel like you are constantly failing, always falling short. I need you to understand a fundamental truth of my kingdom. You cannot earn my favor. It is a gift. You cannot work for my grace. It is free. You are trying to pay for my blessings with the currency of your good deeds, but they are not for sale. The only currency that has any value in my kingdom is your faith. Faith is the substance of things you hope for, the evidence of things you cannot yet see. It is the heavenly bank card you use to make a withdrawal from my infinite storehouse of grace. It is not about how much faith you have. You look at your faith and you say, it is so small, so weak. But I look at your faith, even if it is only the size of a tiny mustard seed, and I say, that's enough. We can move a mountain with that. Your part is not to work, but to trust. Your part is not to perform, but to believe. Stop trying to impress me with your efforts and start astounding me with your trust. When you simply believe that I am who I say I am, and that I will do what I say I will do, you please my heart more than 1,000 acts of religious service. Your faith is your most valuable possession. It is the key that unlocks the unseen realm. It is the conduit through which my power flows into your life. So lay down the heavy burden of performance. Simply offer me the currency of your trust, and watch as the riches of heaven begin to flow into your life. Are you feeling stuck? Do you feel like you have been praying and waiting, but you have reached a plateau and nothing is moving forward? Let me ask you a question, and I want you to answer it honestly in your heart. Have you obeyed the last instruction I gave you? So often, my blessing is waiting for you on the other side of a simple, yet perhaps difficult, step of faith and obedience. My kingdom operates on a principle of progression. Your obedience to my last command is what unlocks the door to my next instruction and my next level of blessing. It is like a divine combination lock. You must enter the numbers in the correct sequence. You cannot skip a step. I am testing your heart, my child. I am watching to see if you will trust me and follow me even when my instruction does not make sense to your logical mind. The monumental breakthrough you have been praying for might just be waiting for you to take that one small, uncomfortable step I have prompted you to take. It might be in finally making that phone call you have been dreading. It might be in forgiving that person who hurt you so deeply. It might be in giving generously when your own resources feel scarce. It might be in stepping out of a situation that you know is not my will for you. Do not underestimate the power of radical obedience in the small things, for it positions you for monumental blessings. You are asking me for the master key to your future, but you are refusing to use the small key I have already given you for the very next door. Listen to that gentle nudge in your spirit. What is the one thing I have been quietly asking of you? Do not dismiss it. Do not delay. Your obedience is the key you hold in your hand. Are you willing to place it in the lock, even if you cannot yet see what is on the other side? Trust me. The next step of your journey begins the moment you obey. You are overwhelmed by what you see. You are looking at the facts of your situation with your physical eyes, and those facts are screaming at you. The medical report is a fact. The eviction notice is a fact. The number in your bank account is a fact. And these facts are creating a giant of fear in your heart. A giant so large it has filled your entire vision until you can see nothing else. It looks impossible. It feels hopeless. But I am asking you today to stop looking with your carnal eyes and to start seeing with your spiritual eyes. I'm opening them right now. Ask me to help you see your situation from my heavenly perspective, because from where I am sitting, things look very different. What looks like a disaster to you looks like a perfect setup for a miracle to me. The visible world you see around you is temporary and subject to change. But the unseen world of my kingdom is eternal and holds all power. The facts of your situation may be what they are, but the truth of my word overrides the facts every single time. The fact may be that you are sick, but the truth is that by my stripes, you are healed. The fact may be that you are in lack, but the truth is that I supply all your needs according to my riches and glory. Which are you going to believe? Which report will you magnify in your heart? You have a choice. You can focus on the giants in the land, or you can focus on the God who has already promised you the land. Do not allow the temporary reality of your circumstances to blind you to the eternal reality of my power and my promises. Look beyond what you see. Look to me. I am bigger than your giant. I am greater than your problem. And I have already decreed your victory. Now that I have opened your eyes to see beyond the giants of your circumstance, you can help another who is blinded by fear to see my light. You have prayed, Lord, use me to bring your hope. I am answering you now. When you give through super thanks or by becoming a member, you are not just supporting a message. You are lighting a lamp in the darkness for a soul who cannot see a way out. My promise is true. The generous soul will be made rich, and I will honor the generosity of your heart. Your act of giving is a prophetic declaration that you choose to walk by faith, and it will release my vision in new ways in your own life. As you send forth this light, I will command my own light to expose and remove every hidden obstacle from your path. Now be my light in the darkness. Give through the options here or via the PayPal link below and become the answer to a prayer you have not even heard. My warrior, I have just armed you with the currency of heaven and opened your eyes to see from my vantage point. You are standing prepared, ready for victory. Would you truly walk away now, just as I am about to reveal the divine strategy that will guarantee your triumph? It would grieve your commander to have equipped you so thoroughly, only to see you lay down your weapons and abandon the field. The crucial commands for your next steps are on my lips. Do not dishonor this sacred preparation. Listen. You have felt vulnerable, exposed, and constantly under attack. You feel that you are just unlucky, always finding yourself in the wrong place at the wrong time. You live with a low-grade anxiety, a constant fear that something bad is just around the corner. Oh, my child, if only you knew. If I were to show you a replay of just the last month of your life from my perspective, you would fall to your knees in speechless gratitude. You would see the devastating car accident on the highway that I diverted you from by making you late for your appointment. You would see the malicious lie a coworker was about to spread, a lie I silenced before it ever took flight. You would see the hidden sickness that was beginning to form in your body, a sickness my angels fought off while you slept. You do not even know the half of what I have protected you from. My protection of you is not occasional. It is constant. It is your unseen shield. You feel like you are barely surviving, but the truth is, the only reason you are still standing after all you have been through is not a testament to your own resilience. It is a testament to my sovereign protection. My hand has been your rear guard, protecting you from the consequences of past mistakes that should have destroyed you. My angels have kept you from stumbling, even when you were walking in spiritual darkness, not even aware of the pits you were about to fall into. The protection you have already experienced is the very sign and guarantee of the provision that is on its way. Why would I protect you so fiercely if I did not have a glorious plan for your future? I am a shield about you. Let that truth sink deep into your spirit. You are not vulnerable. You are not exposed. You are hidden in me. You are the most heavily guarded person on this planet. So rest in my safety. Let the fear dissolve. No harm can befall you, for you are under the constant, vigilant watch of your Almighty Father. My child, I have told you of the great and wondrous things I have prepared for you, and your heart leaps at the thought of them. But hear me in this, for it is a truth born of deepest love. I must first prepare you for what I have prepared for you. A great blessing requires a strong character to carry it. I cannot hand you a crown if the weight of it would crush your neck. I cannot give you a kingdom if the temptations of power would corrupt your heart. This season that feels like a delay, this time where you are wrestling with your own weaknesses, is my loving and intentional process of making you strong enough to steward what is coming. You are frustrated with your own recurring flaws, with your pride, your impatience, your ingratitude. You feel you will never be ready. But do you not see? The very awareness of these things is a sign of my work. I am instilling in you a deep humility, so that when the success comes, you will not think it was by your own hand, but you will give me the glory. I am cultivating in you a profound gratitude for the small things, so that you will cherish the great things I am about to give you. I am teaching you integrity in the hidden places, so you can manage my resources with honor in the public square. This process is not me withholding from you. It is me investing in you. It is the training an athlete endures before the championship game. It is grueling. It is painful. It is anything but glamorous. But it is the only way to victory. So I ask you, do not resent this process. Do not despise the moments when I reveal a weakness in you. These are the moments of your strengthening. Stop fighting against the very work that is making you ready. Embrace it. Surrender to my hands. I am not just a giver of gifts. I am a potter. And I am making you into a vessel fit to contain a king's treasure. The silence. I know it can be terrifying. You pray, you cry out. You pour out your heart. And you are met with what feels like an empty stillness. The silence makes you question everything. Did he hear me? Is he angry? Has he abandoned me? Your mind rushes to fill the void with fear and doubt. But I am here to tell you a secret of my kingdom. When I am silent, I am often doing my most profound and intricate work. You must not mistake my silence for my absence. They are not the same thing. My silence is not a sign of my displeasure. It is a sign of my deep, focused concentration on your behalf. Just as a seed must lie silent and hidden in the dark earth to germinate, your miracle is right now developing in the unseen. There is no outward sign of growth, but in the silence, the most critical work is taking place. This silence is the fertile ground where the words I have spoken to you can take deep root in your heart, free from the distractions of the world. It is the sacred space where I am healing the parts of your soul you did not even know were wounded. Do not fear the quiet. Learn to lean into it. In the silence, stop striving to hear a promise and start learning to simply rest in my presence. Feel my peace that is with you, even when there are no words. My love for you is not dependent on my voice. I am as present in the stillness as I am in the thunder. The silence is building your faith in a way that 1,000 audible words could not. You are learning to trust me even when you do not understand. And I promise you, this season of quiet will not last forever. It will soon be broken by the glorious sound of your deliverance. And you will be so glad you learned to find me in the silence. The attack came out of nowhere, and it wounded you deeply. The betrayal, the false accusation, the scheme that was designed to bring you down, it left you reeling, feeling defeated and full of a bitter sense of injustice. You have asked me, why did you let this happen? And the enemy has been whispering to you that he has won, that his plan to destroy you has succeeded. But I am the ultimate grandmaster. I see every move on the board, and no move from the adversary ever takes me by surprise. Now listen closely. What the adversary meant to destroy you, I am right now, in the unseen, turning around for your promotion. I am taking the very force of his attack, and, like a master of martial arts, I am using the enemy's own momentum to launch you forward into your destiny. Every attack against you will become a platform for your testimony. The betrayal that was meant to break your heart, I am using it to heal you from unhealthy dependencies and to write a story of my faithfulness that will heal others. The financial loss that was meant to crush you, I am using it to teach you that I am your only source, and I will restore to you more than you ever lost. The lie they told about you, it will become the very dark backdrop against which my truth about your character will shine with a blinding light. The enemy thinks he is building your prison, but he is unknowingly building your stage. He is setting the scene for my power to be displayed in your life in a way that could not have happened otherwise. The trap he set for you will become your throne of authority. This is my promise to you. All things, not some things, but all things, even the most vile and painful attacks against you, are working together for your good. He may have thrown a stone, but I am turning it into a pearl. Let us talk about your finances. I see the anxiety that grips you when you look at the numbers. I hear the panicked calculations in your mind as you try to stretch what you have. The stress of debt and lack has been a heavy weight on your shoulders, and it has tried to define you. But today, I am serving an eviction notice on the spirit of poverty in your life. Your financial lack is a temporary condition, not your permanent identity. You must stop agreeing with it. You must stop speaking its language of fear and limitation. You have been looking at your job as your source. You have been looking at your own ability as your source. But they are only channels. I am your source. The cattle on 1,000 hills are mine. The wealth in every mine is mine. Do you think your need is bigger than my supply? I am right now, in the unseen realm, canceling debts. I am dispatching my angelic couriers with resources assigned to your name. I am opening channels of supernatural increase that you could never have foreseen. Your part is to prepare for the delivery. You prepare by becoming a faithful steward of what you already have, no matter how small it seems. You prepare by sowing seeds of generosity, even when it feels like a sacrifice. You prepare by changing your language. Start talking like someone who's expecting a delivery. Speak my abundance over your situation. Thank me in advance for the breakthrough. Open your mailbox in faith. Answer your phone in faith. The delivery system of heaven is not limited to a monthly paycheck. It can come through an idea, a new opportunity, a restored relationship, or a check in the mail. I am Jehovah Jireh, the God who provides. The order for your provision hath been placed. The delivery is in transit. Get ready to receive it. My child, stop. Can you not feel how close we are? The manifestation you have prayed for is at the very door. I have shown you how I have protected you, prepared you, and provided for you. To leave this conversation now is to turn your back on the very answer you have begged me for. It would pierce my heart to hold out this long-awaited gift, only to see you walk away, still convinced it will never arrive. Do not grieve me with such unbelief at the threshold of your miracle. Today, your full deliverance is what I must speak of next. That pain in your body, that diagnosis that hangs over your head, that chronic fatigue that steals your joy and your strength. I see it all. I feel your frustration and your weariness in this battle. You have prayed, you have believed it, and still the affliction lingers. The enemy wants you to accept this as your new normal, to resign yourself to a life of managing symptoms. But I did not purchase sickness for you on the cross, I purchased healing. The report of the doctors is a fact, but it is not the final truth. I am the great physician, and I have the final word concerning your body. By the stripes my son endured, you are healed. It is a finished work, a spiritual reality. And right now, I am working to make that spiritual reality your physical reality. My healing touches at this moment, mending cells, repairing tissues, and restoring organs within you. I am breathing my resurrection life into your body, and where my life flows, sickness and disease must flee. They cannot coexist in the same space. I want you to stop identifying with the sickness. Do not call it my pain or my disease. It does not belong to you. It is a foreign invader, and I am driving it out. Your part is to receive. Healing is not something you must strive for. It is a gift you must accept. Stop begging me to heal you, and start thanking me that I already have. Let your words and your thoughts come into alignment with my report. The healing may manifest gradually, like the dawn, or it may come instantly, like a lightning strike. But know this, it comes from my hand alone. It was purchased at a great price, and it belongs to you. Open the hands of your faith right now and receive the wholeness that is your inheritance. I see the relationships in your life that are broken. I see the silence that hangs between you and a loved one, a chasm of unspoken words and deep hurt that feels impossible to cross. You have tried, in your own strength, to fix it. You have argued. You have explained. You have pleaded. You have given the silent treatment, and nothing has worked. The wall between you has only grown higher. My child, you must understand, you cannot change another person's heart. Stop trying. Your striving and your worrying are only adding more tension to a fragile situation. It is time for you to surrender this person, this relationship, entirely to me. I am a specialist in heart surgery. I am the restorer of the breach, the hardened heart that you see as impenetrable. I can make it soft. The unforgiveness that seems set in stone, I can cause it to melt away with my love. I am, in the unseen realm, working on hearts. I am orchestrating encounters and planting seeds of reconciliation. I am also bringing the right, godly relationships into your life, people who will love you with my love, encourage you, and speak life into your soul. And with that same love, I am gently closing the doors on the toxic relationships that have been draining the very life from you, the ones that have made you feel small and unseen. This is an act of my protection. But the greatest work is the one you long for most. Trust me to be the bridge builder over the troubled waters between you and your loved one. Release them from the prison of your expectation and hand them over to me. Pray for them, bless them, and let me do the work that only I can do. Love, my pure and unconditional love, is the only unseen force powerful enough to mend every broken bond and restore what was lost. The season is shifting. Can you feel it in your spirit? The long, cold winter of your waiting is beginning to thaw. The air is changing. The oppressive heaviness is lifting. For so long, you have been living on the promise, holding on by a thread of faith in the darkness. But the season of waiting is ending, and the season of seeing is beginning. I want you to prepare yourself, not for a battle, but for a fulfillment. Prepare yourself to walk into the tangible, physical evidence of my faithfulness. What was once only a prayer whispered in the secret place will soon become the reality you walk in every day. The hope that you held on to in your heart will soon be the blessing you hold in your hands. This is your moment of transition. You are moving from the promise to the possession. I know there can be a subtle fear in this. The struggle has become familiar, and the breakthrough feels unknown. Do not be afraid to step into this new thing that I am doing. Do not sabotage the victory because you have grown comfortable in the fight. I have been preparing you for this. Your character is ready. Your heart is ready. It is time. I want you to begin to act like it. Straighten your back. Lift your head from a posture of pleading to a posture of praise. Start making room in your life for the blessing. Clear out the clutter of your old mindsets to make space for the new reality. The unseen is now breaking through the veil into the seen. It may start as a trickle, a small sign of my goodness, but soon the floodgates will open. Be ready. Your reality is about to catch up with my promise. Step into it. My child, this entire journey, the pain that brought you to your knees, the silence that tested your faith, the unseen work that I have been performing, it has not just been for you. It has been for the powerful story of redemption that will come out of it. Your life is becoming a living sermon on my faithfulness, a testament to my unseen power and my unfailing love. You will be a lighthouse, built upon the rugged rock of your hardship, and your light will shine into the darkness to guide others who are lost in their own storms. They will see the peace in your heart and the victory in your life, and they will want to know your secret. They will ask you, how did you do it? How did you survive that? How did you get that breakthrough? And when they ask, I want you to be ready with your answer. It is the most important part of your story. You will look them in the eyes, and with a heart full of humble gratitude, you will declare, it was not by my own might, nor by my own power, but by the Spirit of my God. The period of waiting, the very season you thought was wasted, will in fact make your testimony all the more glorious. It will give you a credibility and an authority that an easy victory never could. You will become a beacon of hope for others who are still in their waiting season, because you will be able to tell them with unwavering conviction, hold on. He is faithful. I know because He did it for me. So, as you receive this blessing, remember its purpose. It is to bring me glory. Your story will bring many to know me, and the pain you endured will be redeemed 1,000 times over as it brings healing to the souls of others. This breakthrough that you are stepping into is not the end of your story. It is not your final destination. It is the beginning of a new chapter, a doorway into a higher level of life and intimacy with me. is your new starting point. And I want to quiet the fear in your heart that asks, what if I lose it? What if I end up back where I started? Listen to my voice. The same unseen hands that orchestrated this victory are the same hands that will hold you and guide you every single day for the rest of your life. The same wisdom that navigated you through this complex season will lead you in the seasons to come. My provision for you will never run dry. My love for you will never fail. Your future is not uncertain. It is the most secure thing in the universe because it is held firmly in the palm of my hand. My plans for you are for a future and a hope, plans that extend beyond your time on this earth and into the magnificent expanse of eternity. Continue to walk by faith and not by sight, just as you have learned to do in this difficult season. Keep your heart soft and your spirit humble. For all the days of your life, I will be with you. In your joy and in your sorrow, in your strength and in your weakness, you will never be alone. I am your God, your Father, your friend, and your eternal security. Rest in me, my beloved child. The very best is yet to come. I am with you always, to the very end of the age. I love you. Your future is secured in my unfailing hand, and nothing can snatch you from my care. As you rest in this truth, your heart has cried out, Lord, let me be a blessing. This is how you can become my unseen hand of provision, reaching out to another child of mine who is still waiting for their breakthrough. Every gift of a super thanks or membership becomes a river of my grace flowing into a dry and weary land, proving my faithfulness to someone in desperate need. Remember my promise. He who is generous to the poor lends to me, and I will repay him for his deed. Your act of giving now is your powerful amen to my promises, a declaration that you believe I am your ultimate source. As you open your hand to sow, I am commanding the heavens to open over your old household. Now be my hand extended. Blake, give through any of the options available or through the PayPal link in the description. Partner with me and witness the harvest. My beloved child, our conversation is not an end, but a beginning. The words I have spoken to you are not just to comfort you for a moment, but to become the very foundation upon which you build your future. They are seeds of truth and power that I have planted deep within your spirit. Now, I invite you to water those seeds with an act of faith. This is a moment to move from being a passive listener to an active partner in the miracle I am performing in your life. It is time to make a declaration, not just for others to see, but as a profound statement of agreement between you and me. This is more than typing words into a box. It is an act of sealing these promises in your heart. It is you planting a flag of victory on the soil of your future, long before the battle is visible to the human eye. So I ask you now, as a sign of your trust, to declare for all of heaven and earth to witness. In the space provided for you, write these words with conviction. My breakthrough is coming through unseen hands. Let your fingers confirm what your spirit has just received. As you send forth that declaration, know that it is not just a comment. It is a flare of faith that I see from my throne. It is a roar of trust that silences the whispers of the enemy. You are aligning yourself with my unstoppable will. I see every declaration, and I honor every heart that takes this step of faith. I know that I am watching over my word to perform it in your life. Amen. If you believe in me, your Heavenly Father, then like this video and leave a heartfelt amen in the comments. If you want to stay closer to me, then subscribe to this channel.